Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 1506 Southwest Broadway Drive here in Portland. We are located at the back of the house here. As you look at the home from the street, the line goes out the back, but at the rear right corner of the house. So right there, if you look up that side there, that's the right side of the home as you face the house from the road. Just around the corner. So we got a 4-inch cast iron clean out. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water's running. We're going to zero out here. Off we go. Looks like the line's swapping over here to ABS. We do have some hot water running right now, which is steaming the pipe up. It was hard to figure out what was hot and cold on this downstairs bathtub. We'll get that steam cleared out when we reel back in. Okay, right there it looks like we just transitioned over to clay pipe. 6-inch clay. You've obviously got a separated joint with roots there. More roots. We're likely to see that most of the way down the hillside until we hit the main. Hitting a big root here that's giving my camera some trouble. The one nice thing you do have working in your advantage on these hillsides, because of the slope and grade the hillside provides you, these are often sewer lines that can be epoxy lined. Although you'd have to ream all the roots out of here to really get a proper look at the skeleton of the line you have to work with. You know, as long as you can subtract the roots from the equation and have a line that has proper slope and grade to it, it's generally something you can do a liner on, which is trenchless. So we did transition into concrete there a moment ago. And this puppy is hammered with roots. And we're going into another clay section here, it looks like. Is there water even getting down here? Now, you're losing water out of this line, I can tell you that much right now. It's not that surprising, but I'm running a bathtub full bore right now. Anyway, that's as far as my camera wants to let me go. I'm just, this root bundle I'm hitting here is just stopping me up. Alrighty, so just for the heck of it, I didn't have much hope that I would be able to locate much of this thing, but I brought my locator down here just in case. The backyard here, the combination of just an incredibly steep hillside, and it's just completely overgrown with sticker bushes and all kinds of stuff. It's not, you'd have to weed whack your way down the hillside, and the only scenario where it makes a lot of sense to do that at this point would be to have a repair company out here to just simply bid this thing out to see what it would cost to repair. What you'd want to start with, and you can see right there those water droplets dripping off those roots there. That's not water we've run through the sewer line. That's water that's dripping in from the ground. So, which is not surprising, obviously, as trashed as this line is. But it would behoove you to probably run a jet through this thing and try and really thoroughly cut as many of these roots out of here as possible. This is not a hillside. If you can help it, you do not want to be trying to dig stuff up on this hillside. It's a nightmare. It almost always requires a purely hand-dug job, which is expensive to do. So if you can cut all these roots out of here and you've got the skeleton of something that's going to work, you can hopefully shoot an epoxy liner through here. And, you know, compared to most Southwest Portland Hills houses like this, you've got a pretty good setup here. You can actually park your jet rig out front and bring in the jetter around the right side of the house with quite a lot of ease. Most homes up here, it's not simple. It's very, very difficult. So that's probably where I would start here. I mean, the line obviously needs replacement. But you want to try and jet the thing out so you know you've got something to work with here. I think you're going to be, I think we're going to have decent luck with the liner option, realistically. The plus side about being on these big steep hillsides like this is the lines have a harder time settling. Because the slope and grade is generally naturally provided rather than artificially cut into the ground, it often will allow for the line to stay put even though they get hammered with roots. And I put a pink arrow here, you'll see that. That's where the line's at currently. Once we get out to this point here, it starts to kind of cross from right to left. Visually, it's really hard to tell where it's going to end up being at by the time it hits the main. But it does make somewhat of a turn here. Not a super hard turn. Anyway, I'd recommend a full update to all pipe within homeowner responsibility that's beyond the ABS transition here. I don't need to even see the rest of the line. The whole entire thing's going to look that way. The added benefit you get when you go the liner route too is that they're essentially a jointless pipe product. You don't have as many weak points for roots to penetrate through when the line's all said and done. Re-intrusion is a real concern on these hillsides like this that have just tons of trees and foliage everywhere that often do not get removed during the repair process. So it provides an added layer for stuff to have to try and get through. The big, huge plus side of the liner option is you're not having to dig this hillside up, which is not fun to do. So that's what I'd recommend here. After any repairs are done, make sure a rescope is performed to check the work. It's very important to do that.